Hey, this is Stephen with Synth Expert, and we're here with Jim Aikin, longtime editor, contributor to Keyboard Magazine, electronic musician, virtual instruments, mix, pianist, cellist, published science fiction author, and the definition of a synth expert. Jim has been putting together a modular here. He's going to show us a patch, and then we're going to get a little bit deeper into some of the modules he uses.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, it's great to be here, and it's great to have a chance to show this off. I got to tell you, I've built this system sort of module by module over the course of several years, and it's probably overgrown and gross now, and I probably need to sell a few of these modules used and make it a little more compact and usable, but this is what I've got now. Last night and this morning I set up a fairly interesting patch. I promise it doesn't have 4-on-the-floor bass drum. A lot of people use modulars for that. I don't. So what I've got here, there are several sound sources going on, and up here we have a mixer, which has mute buttons. So I'm going to unmute the channels one at a time to kind of build up the sound, and you can hear what's going on. We'll start with the beat. Now you will observe right away that while the bass is in 4/4, the little clinky noise is actually on a 13/8 note cycle. So there's a little syncopation in there already. Now what's going on here, this sequencer is driving the braids. The clock is coming from over here.
See the sequencer again?
The sequencer is the pressure points plus braids from Make Noise. And it's marching along, but every once in a while it backs up because there's a control voltage that causes it to reverse direction occasionally. And the sound from braids, I think, is then going through this filter. And the filter has two outputs, one of which is going into clouds. So that kind of adds a little ambience, a little atmosphere. And the last layer is something completely different, and it may not even be in tune because this is analog. But we've got a Make Noise DPO oscillator here going through an EMU Morpheus filter, and then a Rainmaker digital delay. So let's listen to these one at a time again, just briefly. If you listen closely to this sound, you'll hear that the envelope changes width. Sometimes it's more staccato, sometimes it's more sustained. That's because the envelope is coming from here. You can see the blinky light there. And there's a control voltage on the fall rate of that envelope coming from another LFO over here. And if I crank this up, it's going to become even more extreme. Hey, that's not bad. I might keep it. So let's put it back with the beat.
And what is that mixer?
The mixer is an IntelliGel dub mix. This is one of the first modules that I bought. And as you can see, this mute button is sometimes a little funky. What happens after a few years, because this is all hardware, sometimes things get a little weird and you have to know the peculiarities of your system in order to make sense of it. Clouds, for instance, let's just listen to Clouds. Clouds is taking that same signal and doing something else with it. Clouds has various types of algorithms in it, and I'm using one of the alternative algorithms right now. Now look closely, you see the freeze button?
Okay.
Whenever the it's doing a looping delay, and whenever the freeze is on, and the freeze is being turned on by this gate down here, whenever it's on, we get a loop in the loop. And I think, let's get rid of the reverb in it. So it's also adding reverb. And I can turn the reverb all the way up. Turn the mix down a little. And we get a nice ambience out of it. There you go.
Nice. Okay, next clip we're going to get up close with these modules and take a closer look at each one that's in this patch.
All right. Let's do that.